Waiting for motivation, build discipline instead. Stop waiting for motivation and build discipline instead. Hey, love. Welcome back to today's live stream. Welcome back to today's video. Thanks for always joining me. I appreciate it so much. It's my privilege that I always have to have you here watching my video, even coming back to watch it on replay. Like, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart and I love you. Thanks for always coming back. So if you're new to my channel, thanks for coming and thanks for staying to the time. And I know you're going to watch this video to the end because this video, the topic of today, is going to impact you and going to be powerful. And if you watch this video to the end and you loved it, don't forget to like, leave me a red emoji for me to know that you stayed with me to the end, and share the video out to other socials for them, at least for us to have more audience every time we come live. And go watch other of my videos if you're looking forward to grow on your mindset, personal development, mindset change, personal change, or growth, go watch other of my videos because they're going to impact it. So with that being said, and without further ado, we'll be going straight to the title or topic of today. And the title and topic of today is Stop Waiting for Motivation, Build Discipline Instead. Did you hear that? Stop waiting for motivation and build discipline instead. Now, we'll be going deep into it and talking about it. I've talked about this topic, I think, a lot, like choosing discipline over motivation. I've thrown it into like almost 50% of my videos. You might have heard it a lot, but on today's one I'll be explaining it in a very different way and in a different pattern that you get other understanding and different understanding. And you can also go watch other of her my discipline video, choosing discipline over motivation. That is also powerful. At least go watch that video, watch this video and relate them together to your own situation right now. Now we'll be going deep and talking about something we struggle with. We all struggle with it, which is choosing it. We struggle with it and it's difficult sometimes to choose discipline over motivation. Yeah, we all need motivation. We all need motivation. That's the fact. You need motivation. I need motivation. Especially sometimes we're motivated, we're inspired, we have those like those goosebumps, those vibe to do whatever we want to do. Like we are hungry to do it. But the thing why we talked about also discipline, to bring discipline in, is when the motivation leave, what will you anchor with? What will you continue with? What will you rely on? So now we'll be talking about this thing that we struggle with. We all are related in one way or the other in this earth or in this world. We all are related in one way or the other because we all struggle with something similar. I might say about struggling about discipline or motivation right now. You might not be struggling with that, but someone might also have a big struggle to continue something that they started when they are inspired or they were happy or motivated to start, but they don't know how to balance it with motivation and discipline. That's why I always come to help you balance it with discipline and motivation, because you need hand to hand. You need the both. You need motivation, you need the discipline. When the discipline is not there, you use you need it too, because motivation, when you're motivated, you want to do it, you're happy, you're on top of the moon, top of the sky, you want to do it. But when the motivation is not there, what do you rely on? What do you anchor on? What pushes you? What inspired you to go more for it? So you have to know how to balance this thing, especially if you want to be consistent on anything and anything that you do. We all start something sometimes with motivation, like we start something most of the time with motivation. We're inspired that like this is what I want to do, but majority of the time we lose those enthusiasm we lose those motivation, inspired, we lose it, and we just want to run back. But when you know how to balance these both sides, that because they work hand to hand, even when that motivation goes hard, you know how to continue with being disciplined. Even when you don't feel like doing it, you know how to continue with being disciplined. And discipline can be whether working out, Working out, when you start your working out journey at first, you want to go to the gym all the time, you want to do this, you want to do the exercise early morning, you want to wake up, you want to sleep early, wake up early so that you can do whatever you want to do, or creating something new for yourself, creating something new for yourself, or even getting up from the bed, or something simple as even thinking about go washing the dishes. Like, I will always use an example that is very, very realistic, an example that is very, very simple for you. Like, you might even be watching this video, there's something in your front that is very, very simple, but you can really understand when I use an example like that. I don't go over moon or overboard when I'm trying to give example. I give example very simple, like you can even see at that time that you're watching my video. Even washing the dishes, you might not feel like feel like it. You might not feel like it. Motivation does not always show up, especially at this particular moment when you're trying to create something, standing up from the bed. Just stand up from the couch and go wash those pile of dishes that are there. Or even doing that your exercise that you said you'll be doing 5 minutes every morning, motivation does not always shows up, and that is okay. Discipline is what we build instead. Discipline does not come alongside with motivation. Motivation comes, this is my own explanation. You can go listen to other YouTubers, other more successful, like people that have really gone into this work. But for now, this is the best explanation that I can give you. Maybe as time goes on, I can share it. I think motivation comes with when we are inspired, when we have those enthusiasm to do something inside of us, like the joy, the excitement inside of us, we just want to push, we just want to do it. That's what when the motivation comes. Motivation, but discipline does not come with motivation, because when you're so inspired, those joy are inside of you, you're feeling those fire, those vibe, those energy, you just want to do it and nothing can stop you. And discipline does not come with that. Discipline comes with, you have to build it. You have to tell yourself, no, we have to do it. Even when I'm not feeling like, even when I don't want to stand up from the bed and I know I have to go do that exercise, I have to do it. You have to teach yourself how to be disciplined, but you can't teach yourself how to be motivated, because most of the time we think we can teach ourselves. I don't think it's possible to teach yourself how to be motivated. I might be wrong, but leave me in the comment section, in the chat, if I'm wrong. But I don't think it's possible. Sometimes we want to run to the YouTube, to our favorite YouTuber, to our favorite whatever that can motivate us. Most of the time to motivate us to stand up. But sometimes it does not work. Sometimes you listen and listen and listen and listen to this person to motivate you, but still you not get motivated or inspired to do this thing. So that's why you need to know how to balance the both sides, discipline and motivation. And we're going straight. Okay, we've not really gone deep into the main topic. Now I'm having cold, guys. So I'm having cold for the past 3 days. So we're going straight to the main topic. So all the talk that we've been talking, we've not really gone straight to the main topic. Let's go straight to the main topic. Don't worry, it's not going to be long. Don't worry. Now, motivation is like a guest. It comes and goes. Discipline is the structure we create to show up anyways. So I think everything that I've said right now, it's just related to this. Motivation is just like a guest. It comes and go. But discipline is the structure we create to show up anyway, even if I don't feel like. When it comes to you working your 9 to 5, especially when you work, let me use this best example. I will come. You understand guests? There's no need of me explaining guests. Like somebody comes to your house, they have to leave. They might spend 1 week, 1 month, but definitely they are guests. They still have to go. Now, how can you create structure for discipline? You have a 9 to 5 job. You goes to work every single day, even if that job is not pleasant, even if you don't like the job, even if you don't like your boss, even if you don't like your co-workers, people that you work together, or the things that you even do at your working place. But because you know that job is going to pay your bill at the end of the month, but because you know that at the end of the month you're going to get paid for your work well done or whatever, and that money is going to makes you not to be homeless. to have electricity, to have meal on your table. Even when you're not motivated to go, even when you feel like standing up from your bed is a big struggle, even when you feel discouraged or motivated to stand up from your bed in the morning, but when you think about that, even when I don't feel like going it, even when I'm not motivated, but I just have to go. That's you building discipline, because you're looking forward for something in the future. You know that if like I'm unmotivated right now, even when I don't go to this work, I'm not going to get paid, and at the end of the month I might be homeless. There might not be food on my table. My electricity might be cut off. So you build discipline as a structure to use that discipline to stand up and go wash your face, brush your teeth, get ready, and go to that job even when you don't like it, even when you don't want to go at that day, even when you don't feel like doing it, or going, but you go anyway. So that is discipline. You don't feel like doing it, you don't want to go, but that is discipline, not motivation. But when you love your job, even sometimes when you love your job, sometimes you just feel like you want to stay at home. Even when you work at home, you don't just want to stand up from the bed, you don't want to on your computer, you don't want to go to like your socials to go do anything, you don't just feel like. But even when you love your job, sometimes that motivation to just go, but you have to do it because you're creating discipline. So if we can do this, because we can create discipline, because we are looking forward on something, we are putting our hope on something, we are, because we're going to get benefit. And when we don't create the structure of this discipline, we're not going to get this benefit from it. It's also important to create this discipline on every single part of your life, creating something, doing something for yourself, showing up for your business even when you don't feel like doing those 5 minutes exercise, even when you don't feel like, just go wash the dishes even when you don't feel like. So apply this discipline and try to balance this both, the discipline and the motivation together. And when you're feeling that motivation, don't always forget in your head or in your brain that motivation is like a guest, it's not going to stay forever, it's going to stay at that moment, but it's going to go. And that's when you're going to apply the principle, the discipline. Now the secret is to lower the barrier to starting. The secret is to lower the barrier to starting. Don't wait to be inspired. Start with something small, like setting a timer for 5 minutes. We always want to wait to be inspired. We always want to wait to feel it. We always want to wait to feel ready. We always want to wait, like, to be motivated. Like, you want to start a business. You feel like, are you sure I'm going to lose in this business? Are you sure I'm going to gain? Are you sure I'm going to make it? You know what? I don't think I'm ready yet. I want to be ready. I want to feel it in my bone that I'm ready. I want to know that I'm ready to do this, because I don't want to start and lose. I don't want to start and fail. But when you're standing up in the morning, dressing up to go to that horrible job that you call a job, you don't feel ready, you don't feel excited, but you still do it. You still do it. You don't feel like this is your calling, but you still do it. So when you're trying to do something, like creating something for yourself, or doing something that in future your future self will be proud and tell you thank you for starting this and thank you for doing this, you don't always have to wait for discipline. You don't always have to wait to be ready. You don't always have to wait to feel it. You don't always have to wait to know that it's for you, this thing is for me. But you always have to know how to start, even when you're not inspired, even when you're not motivated, even when you don't have those vibe, even when you're not in a perfect mood or in a good mood at that time. You always have to know how to start with discipline. Have you I used to wait ready, but most of my growth comes from doing when I'm not ready. Like for the past how many years, growing up in this time before I developed about personal development, inner work, I used to always wait to be ready. I used to always wait to be. Let me just give you a very few examples. Something that just happened recently. Something very small. It might not be big, but it's very, very relatable. Like I have a business that I sell online. I do shipping when you make order. Like when you sell business online, you do shipping when you sell. When you do shipping when you sell online. Now I was like, I was having order for the past week. I've been having order, and I've been doing using my pack that I use. What's it called? I think it's pack. Now I have a little carton package that I used to ship out my order. I was running out of this order, but I never think or even thought of, go getting order another one, or maybe buy something very fast from Amazon that can come very fast, that I can use to ship whenever this one runs out, because this was not a lot. It was, I said let me four. It was four, and I was waiting. No, I want to finish it first. I don't know. Let me just finish this package before holding on now. Let me see if other will come in, but at least let me finish this. I don't want to buy something that I don't know if I'm going to use. That is a limited belief to be sincere, but I'm just being sincere right now. Then I was shipping with these things. I never even realized or thought anything about, why. I know this is not much. It's four. Let me just order from Amazon, because if I order from other websites, it might take 2 weeks or a week plus before it will come. I never thought about that. Luckily for my blessed and wonderful husband, and my wonderful husband asked me, how many left, like how many it's remaining for your shipping package or your shipping pack or cartons, whatever you call it. And I said it's remaining one, and he said, like, you have to order. And I said, are you sure that I have to order? He said, yes, you have to order. Like, go check on Amazon. At least Amazon will take up to 3 to 2, 4, 5 days before it will come. And even when you get order right now, you can stay up to, like, the order can wait up to 3, 4 days before you ship. I never thought, because I was thinking to be ready. I was thinking to finish this particular package before maybe if order comes. I'll be running up and down, asking myself, beating myself up. Why did I order? Why did I order? I was waiting to be ready. But God's so good and kind. I have a lovely husband that supports me on every step and every move that I take. Like, it was even, it was able to ask me, how many do you have left? Do you still have something to do your shipping? And I told him, I'm having only one. He told me, go order from Amazon. Immediately, at least Amazon won't take time, so that when you have other orders, you can have something to ship immediately with. Now, this is me just waiting to feel ready. I want to finish this package I'm using to order. Then if more order comes, I'll be ready to go order shipping packages for myself. Like, it's crazy, guys. It's crazy and annoying, because we always want to feel ready before we do things, instead of just starting, because we're waiting for the momentum to keep going. What if the momentum is not there? What if the vibe or the inspiration you're not inspired is not there? What will you use? So I was thinking, the motivation is here right now. I'm happy. But I was also thinking in my head, what if this motivation is not here? What if I didn't get any order? What if this is the last order that we have? In my head, this is the limiting belief. I'm being sincere, and I know. And I know, like, I teach this thing. I'm the thinker of my thought. You have to understand. Thoughts are allowed to come in and go. The most important thing is that you have to catch them, be aware, and understand if this is what you want to believe or not. Now, let's go to engagement, because our video will be rounding up right now. Like, talk to me. Have you ever waited to feel ready, and because of this you missed an opportunity? This has happened to a lot of people, but for me, I don't think I can't remember vividly if I've ever done something like this, waiting to feel ready and missed opportunity. This has happened to a lot of people. Let me give you an example. For example, you study something in school, or you try, or you have, and you learned a skill, and maybe it's your first job. You learned a skill, or you study something in school, and it's your first job, or it's your first client. And because you feel as if you're not 100% ready for this, you just, like, it's your first client, you just finish schooling for maybe for the past 2 months or a month, and a good job just comes your way, or you just finish your ski and you just have your first client. Because of this, you'll be so scared to feel like, are you sure I'm going to do a good job? Are you sure I know enough to offer what I'm supposed to offer for this client, or do what I'm supposed to do for this client, and you feel I don't feel ready yet, I don't feel that I'm in that place I want to be yet to offer services or do what I'm supposed to do at this time. I still have to give myself time, I still have to learn, and because of this you miss opportunity. Because why? You're not being disciplined. Because when you started learning this, trust me, we all have this. When you started learning a skill or going for this course that you're going in university, in the school, you're motivated, you're so happy, you're excited, and you say, whenever I finish with this my course, or whenever I finish with this thing that I'm learning, I'm just going to go, start getting clients, doing whatever I want to do. This is the dream, this is the goal, this is what I want to do. But when you finish doing all these things and the motivation as a guest has gone home, you're not alone to offer services and to work for your boss, and you feel like, are you sure I'm ready yet? Like, are you sure I'm ready? Are you sure I can offer what I'm supposed to offer? Are you sure I can do what I'm supposed to do? And you decline, like you declare and say, I'm going to do refund. I can't, because inside of you, you don't feel ready. You don't have that encouragement. But when you have the discipline, you know how to balance it. Even when you don't feel ready, you might make mistake at that first time, but you're going to learn and grow from that mistake. So leave me in the comment and leave me in the chat if this has happened to you, or you know someone that it has happened to. Let me also read. Let's have some engagement, and I'll give you a proper response on that. But for me, I don't think this has happened. I might have seen someone that it has happened. I've heard a lot of story, but if it has happened to you, leave me on the comment section. Whew. Now I'll be rounding up and I'll be saying goodbye. See you tomorrow again on my live stream. Discipline is freedom. When you can discipline yourself, it's a big freedom, because nobody, even your head, your ego, can tell you yes or no. You decide what you want to do for yourself. You decide the goals that you want to achieve. You decide when to stand up and when to sleep, because you're disciplined. That does not mean that you don't fall off sometimes. That does not mean that you don't feel like, I don't want to do anything today. It's not about doing more. It's about being consistent and doing every little thing, like small, adding every small progress, at the 1% rule that I said yesterday. Being disciplined does not mean that you always want to grind, you always want to do something, you always want to like look for something to fix. It's not about doing more, it's just about applying this 1% rule, but being consistent on everything that you're doing. So don't quote me wrong, don't get me wrong when I say discipline over motivation. That does not mean that sometimes you want to stay at home with your pyjama without doing anything, but just lying on the couch, on your phone, or watching your favorite movie. Trust me on that. Sometimes you need that. So discipline is like a freedom, and every time you show up without motivation, discipline is like a freedom, and every time you show up without motivation, you're becoming stronger. Discipline is like a freedom, and any time or every time you show up without motivation, you are getting stronger. See you tomorrow again on my live stream. Don't forget that I got you here. I love you. And leave me a red emoji if you watch this video to the end. And please share this video to other socials so that we can get more audience to watch my video. Thank you. And I love you.